Oh, space pilot Mr. Cool Guy here. And I think I have figured out the controls. Yes, I'm sure that I will not cause any serious problems. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Which I know is like famous last words, but I think I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Well, anyways, it's time for 10 more random facts you may or may not know. Starting with fact number 1. Camel customer. Brandon Nobles of Nevada sometimes takes his 14-year-old rescue camel Fergie to an In-N-Out Burger drive-thru restaurant in Las Vegas, where Fergie loves the french fries. Oh, that's so sweet. Could you imagine being the drive-thru worker? Right. You know, you're just going about your normal business day, and all of a sudden you see someone coming up to the window with a camel. Right? I mean, then again, it is Las Vegas, so there's probably been weirder stuff that they've seen. They probably didn't expect a camel. Man. Yeah, to make their day. You know, they get to see something interesting. Man. Well, anyways, it's time to move on to fact number 2. Surprise birth. Momo the Lara Gibbon shocked workers at Japan's Kushima Zoo by giving birth in 2021, despite living alone in an enclosure with no males around. 2 years later, DNA tests showed that the father was Itu, a male who lived in the adjoining enclosure. The gibbons had successfully made it through a .35-inch 9mm hole in a perforated partition board that separated the two enclosures. That's crazy. But hey, it just goes to show you, life finds a way. That's Hey, then one of the gibbons must have walked up to the hole and looked through and saw the other gibbon. That's probably how they found out about each other. And they fell in love and decided to have a baby gibbon. You know? It's sweet. You know? Well, it's time for fact number 3. Heart song. The male frigate bird wins the ladies over by wearing his heart on his sleeve. What looks like a bright red balloon on a seabird's chest is actually a flap of skin called a gular pouch. The male inflates it as a way to show off, and if the display doesn't catch a female's eye, the frigate bird will also play a song for her by clicking his beak and drumming on the air-filled pouch. Well, you know, that is quite an interesting mating ritual, I guess you could call it, for the bird, the frigate bird. Man, it's like singing a song. I mean, I guess you could say its pouch is like an instrument. So hey, what do you know? A bird that can learn to play an instrument. Its pouch, like a drum. That is... Well, no, I hope that frigate bird will be able to find a mate so they can have a wonderful frigate bird family. Well, it's time for fact number 4. Abraham Lincoln. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Shouldn't it be Abraham Lincoln? Well, let's find out who this potential fan is, if it is one. A 6-inch long or 15-centimeter quahog clam weighing 2.6 pounds or 1.2 kilograms was found on the Florida coast in 2023, and it's 214 years old. That is pretty old. By studying the bands on the clam's shell, scientists worked out it was born in 1809, the same year as Abraham Lincoln. The clam was later released back into the Gulf of Mexico. Dang. A clam as old as Abe himself. Man, that's gotta be... Could you imagine? That clam has been through more history than you and I. That is... that means at some point that clam might have been held by Abraham Lincoln. Potentially. You never know. Well, let's move on to fact number 5. Selfie snaps. A motion-activated camera set up to capture pictures of wildlife near Boulder, Colorado, was mainly used by a single bear. It triggered around 400 selfies in one night. 400 selfies? Well, I guess even bears are getting on the social media bandwagon. Or at least this bear is. Wants to be an influencer, just like the humans. Must have saw a human taking pictures of itself. What's that weird? What's that human doing? It's acting very strange. How weird. Just standing there making weird gestures. Like they do in the selfies, the poses we make. They probably look weird to a bear. And then at night he'd come out and find the trail cam and try it out himself. No one's around. I mean, maybe I'll just do a couple. I mean, what's the harm? And then it takes 400 because it just gets into it, right? Oh. Yeah, maybe you could do some ASMR of it eating honey from a beehive or something. Well, It's time for fact number 6. Scorpion on ice. Scorpions are able to cope with such extreme temperatures that researchers have frozen them overnight, then placed them out in the sun the following day and watched them thaw out and walk away unharmed. That is resilience at its finest. Like, dang. That is... Man, just like it was nothing. I'm like, oh, jeez. Must have taken a nap. Oh well, time to keep moving on my way. 'Cause I'm a scorpion, and I'm not your friend. Yeah, don't try and put your finger near a scorpion. It will sting you, and it will not be pleasant. And scorpion on ice. Sounds like one of those ice skating things you see in stadium, like Disney on Ice or whatever. Yeah, ice skating musical about scorpions. Here at the local ice skating stadium near you is coming a brand new ice skating musical, Scorpion on Ice. The musical about scorpions on ice. Tickets on sale now. Hurry, they won't last forever. Oh. Alright. It's time for fact number 7. Flying feline. Security staff at New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport noticed an unusual item in the x-ray of a traveler's bag, a stowaway cat. The owner of the bag was preparing to fly to Orlando, Florida, unaware that the tabby cat named Smells, that's a interesting name to give your cat, but okay, had climbed into his suitcase and was planning to join him on the trip. That is... well, that's one clever cat. Like, just leaving me? No. You can't leave your master. You're supposed to feed me. What am I supposed to do while you're gone? How am I supposed to get fed and treated like royalty? I'm your master. You can't leave me unless I say so. Fine, I'll just stow away in your suitcase. That will teach you to leave me behind. Not some common street cat. I'm a house cat. You know, that's just... That's... Oh, man. Looks like this flying feline got caught before it could learn to fly. Well, anyways, it's time for fact number 8. Steep sheep. Prized for their tall stature and fine horns, Ladon sheep are considered a mark of status in Senegal, and a single animal can sell for up to $85,000, making one far more expensive than a new car. That is quite an expensive sheep. That is... wow. Like... Man. That is... Dang. Like, that is crazy. $85,000 for a sheep. Man. Yeah, that sure is a sign of status. I mean, you know, we're over here, a sign of status is having multiple cars, a large house, and a yacht. Oh, and you know, obviously, it's not mattering whether or not you pay your taxes. Because as most of you know, if you get rich enough, they ain't gonna worry about whether or not you pay your taxes. Because you're rich. It's like a cheat code. Right. Anyways, on to fact number 9. The cows meow. Move over. Purebred kitties. The Thailand Cat Show has introduced a new event, the Cats Who Look Like Cows competition. More than 100 black and white cats entered in 2023. They were graded based on how much they looked and acted like cows. The winner, a Chihuahua feline named Arto, whose fluffy fur and relaxed attitude left the judges in utter amazement. Wow. A cow look-alike contest. That's... or... that, you know... Alrighty then. I mean... it's an interesting type of contest. I mean... who knows what they'll think of next? Dogs who act like cats? Maybe. Okay, you know, that would be a little weird. If your dog suddenly meowed. Right? But, I guess it would also be weird if your cat suddenly mooed. Right? You know, you're going, meow, meow. That thing some cat owners do, they try to talk to their cat and meows, and then your cat goes, you'd be so confused, right? Because your cat's not supposed to do that. They're supposed to go meow, not moo like a cow. Well, anyways, let's move on to fact number 10. Beautiful blooms. During springtime, fields all over the Netherlands bloom with millions of tulips. Tulips are native to Central Asia, but didn't gain popularity until reaching the Netherlands. There, during a period of time in the 1600s, known as Tulip Mania, they became the world's most expensive flower. They were said to have cost 10 times more than a worker's average salary in the Netherlands. That's expensive. Now, the country's most famous tulip landscape is Keukenhof Garden. More than 7 million flowers are planted there each year. That is a whole lot of flowers. Like, Dang, man, that is crazy. Like, dang, man, wow. I can imagine how long it would take to plant 7 million flowers. That's certainly a lot. Right. Man. Well, that could be a world record right there for largest flower garden, or most flowers planted in one area. Well, there you have it. There was 10 random facts you may or may not have known. Was there any that you knew? If so, let me know down below. And, if there's any additional information on these facts that you know that you'd like to share, then put it in the comment down below. Who knows? You may surprise old space pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And if you liked it, make sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more, and you ain't subscribed yet, or you keep coming back to see more and you ain't subscribed, then why not subscribe? Really help me out. It won't take long. And why not hit that notification bell, so that way you can be double notified, extra stupendously notified, for as soon as another one of these drops, right? The second it drops. And, share this with others so they have the chance to hear these interesting facts that you just heard. Because space is vast and wide. We should spread the knowledge far and wide. But anyways, I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And as I always say when it comes to the facts, dear space cadets, to infinity and more facts.